gon' tune in cause the showtime. Go ahead and call the gang up for the one time. Rap food rhyme, got them on the line. And my life's still great, I'm doing just fine. Hands up.
Let's talk. Let's talk because
who you want to start with?
I want to start with the new stuff because I already know we're gonna have some two deep discussions on two of these. Let's go ahead and start with the new stuff, with the fresh out the gate. Let's talk about Kaiju No. 8. How you been feeling about that?
Did I say it on the last episode? I hate these character designs, bro. I like. What's funny? Listen, the animation is fluid, but these big bug-eyed, wide-eyed looking ants. Looking as characters, I hate how they look, bro. I hate how they look.
I don't mind it.
They are ugly. I don't know why, bro. They just ugly to me.
I don't mind it. The vice captain looks like a Pokemon to me. I don't know.
Look, funny enough, he's one of the designs I kind of do like.
He look like a Charmander.
Yeah, like a purple, like a shiny Charmander or something. But like, outside of that, it's a Bleach styled anime, and I hate to say that because that's going to get the anime fans in a riot. Main character wants to join an organization with secret elites, hunting down insert entity or creature here. Main character becomes entity.
It gave lighthearted Attack on Titan for me.
Some people would say that Attack on Titan follow Bleach formula as well, and JJK and a few others.
Okay,
like that formula was a Bleach thing, and it's a good formula. The main character, he's a little annoying, but it's typical to your average shonen. I like the kaiju. I like the girl, his homegirl that he's trying to catch up to. What's her name? The captain?
Oh, Mina.
She seems interesting. I can't wait to see more of her, especially after this last episode when she dropped that dead shot. That was fire.
She said, do it again, but it's already dead. Do it again.
Right. That was fire. We see the potential love interest with the blonde girl, and she's the badass of the show.
Love interest? That girl is like 12.
Yeah, but she be blushing, and they finna allude to that every time we see an episode. They're going to keep playing into it.
I didn't look at it romantic. I hope that's not the way they're going. I did not. He's
her love interest.
What?
She be blushing the second. Like, they keep on doing the cliche stuff where she blushes whenever he says anything as a compliment. She was hard on the outside, but now he softens her up because he's nice to her and he protected her and saved her. They're going for that. They're going for that trope. That trope is obviously there. Just in the last episode, the suit tells her that her heart rate going up because he says she's doing a great job.
That's not how I read it. And the reason why I didn't read it that way, because when they gave the backstory of her dad and how she was doing all these accomplishments, and he was just basically like, that's what you're supposed to do. Get out my face.
But that's what I'm saying. They're finna play into the fact that she got a little crush on him and he saved her life. And now whenever there's a funny moment, it's one of those things.
Y'all, let's not be creepy. Let's not. I hear you. I hear you. I hope that's not where we're going.
They already showed it. Maybe I'm not going to say jaded from watching so many animes, but he's trying to go to his friend. They're probably going to do the thing where him and his friend are going to have that little love interest, like rival to lovers, whatever situation. But blunt, her baby girl likes him now. Her heart rate going up when he gives her a compliment, and now she's finna soften up. We finna get that.
That's gross.
We grew up seeing little girls who like crushes on older guys. I'm not saying that now. We punish the older guys for taking advantage of it, but it's not like we ain't grow up seeing that in real life.
If it's mutual, that's disgusting. I don't want to see that. If it becomes mutual, I don't want to see that.
It don't seem like it's mutual.
It's not reading. It's not reading that way. It's giving that she's just not used to this kind of attention because, just like I said before, her dad is like, "That's what you're supposed to do. Get out my face."
Yeah, but it's cool. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of feel like the manga readers hyped up Kaiju No. 8. With everything else I'm watching, it could become my favorite for the season, but probably not. Right now, it's like probably number 3. Really, probably 4.
I've been enjoying it. Like I said, it reminds me of like lighthearted Attack on Titan. nothing has happened yet that's like, oh shit, like this is not like a Solo Leveling or this is giving me what Shangri-La was giving me. Like the first couple episodes, like it's not bad, but it's keeping me interested enough. And then maybe as the episodes go on, then we might get to a point where like, oh, shit's really hitting the fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not mad at it. I like it.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it. It's getting watched. That's for sure. It's getting watched.
It's getting watched. Like there's nothing has happened to make me say, oh, I'm finna drop this.
Mm-hmm. And I definitely see why the manga readers liked it. It does check off all the boxes for a shonen, and the nice little interesting twist with him actually being an adult is a nice approach this time around as well. And his little protege / homeboy with the light blue hair, I'm it seemed like they're finna play him out to be the person who like works his way up and truly like accomplishes everything they aim for, and I'm eager to see that as well.
Yeah. It's some interesting dynamics going on too, especially in this last episode.
Yeah.
So now I want to move on to Windbreaker, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm dropping that giant. I'm dropping it.
Windbreaker's been my standout so far.
It's
been one of them.
I am having a hard time getting through it.
Really?
I'm having a hard time getting through it. And maybe I need to just sit down and push through this next episode. But it's just not... They just fighting. And I don't know. It could be the fact that y'all was comparing this to Tokyo Revengers. And now I'm looking at it, and like we talked about this offline, and I was like, I see the parallel. I see where you guys are comparing this to Tokyo Revengers. But I think for me with Windbreaker, we're taking a bit too long to get to the plot.
I feel like, you know what I'll compare it to? And I wonder if you're gonna agree. I feel like it's more like a Demon Slayer. Like Demon Slayer doesn't have an overly complex story or plot, but it works. It's simple, it's to the point, you know who's the big bad, you know who's the big good. Windbreaker seems like it's really going that route. We got the good guys, it's pretty simple. Buddy wants to be the top of the on the top of the food chain at his school. He was a little recluse, and now he realizes that they're good people. Now they're going against this bad gang. I don't know how it's going to expand, because I'm assuming there's like a season 2 and season 3 in the works. I don't see where it's going to expand in the rest of season 1 after this little fight tournament ends. But I've been enjoying the simplicity. Like, we get dude jumps in, we boxing. He's straight boxing. He ain't overly sensitive like Takemichi. Not that I just hate emotional characters, but it was a good refreshing pace where the main character is actually starting off cold and good at what he do. And I'm enjoying it. It's been consistent. I'll give it that. It's been consistent.
I would agree with you on the simplicity of it. Like, it's not overly, it's not all of these overly complicated things that you have to understand. It's just not grabbing me for real.
I'll give you that. It's grabbing me because Kaiju number 8 was hyped up like Chainsaw Man. Like, in terms of like before the anime dropped, I seen manga readers talking about this franchise for like months in advance, probably even a year in advance. I knew about Kaiju number 8 before I think I knew about the anime announcement. But Windbreaker was one of those things I seen people actively watching it, actively talking about. I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. Watch the first 3-4 episodes. I'm like, premise is interesting. The fight scenes are well choreographed, and that's what I really like. It's like Naruto level fight choreography. Don't get mad at me, anime fans. I think it's up there. The fight choreography is nice. They're actually throwing in like different mixed martial arts, and I'm enjoying seeing that. I want to see where it go. If they do expand on the story, I'm interested in seeing that. But it's been good so far for me.
I don't know. We might have to retouch base after we get close. You get closer to the end of the season and let me know. But I don't know. Okay. It's just something about it that it's not giving. It's not giving. Sit down for 20 or so minutes and just watch them fight back and forth just because he want to be at the top and everybody don't want. And I don't know.
Fair enough.
I guess because it's I don't know. I
Do you
think
feel like you ain't? Do you think you ain't just found a character you attach to as well as like? Does that play a part? Like you ain't found anybody to just
I
click
think
with you?
that's true too, because I'm not really fooling with the Sakura Hakura. I'm not fooling with him. I mean, his name got. I mean, his name rung some bells. So I was like, "What Sakura?" And
With her
then,
Sakura T-shirt on.
right, and then the Hakura part is the name from Sailor Moon, Sailor Uranus. But I was like, okay, cool. I like the formula of the names, but that was about it.
I will say this: they don't have your, what would I call it? They don't have your heirs of Mikasa up in there. Like the characters you really like, they don't have that character there.
They ain't even
So I
got a
completely get it.
they ain't even got a Draken. Like if we want to go back to the Tokyo Revengers parallel, like when Draken showed up, when Mikey and them showed up, I was like, okay.
Funny enough, the opposing gang, the folks of power, whatever, I forgot their full name, they honestly gave me Mikey and Draken vibes. Like, honestly, like carbon copies of Mikey and Draken if they were the bad guys. Like the fun, loving, strong little kid over here who's lighthearted, then the big dude who kind of supports him and keep him in order. Except this time, after this most recent episode, the dude is actually like wanting the best for him and all this other subtle stuff. But they gave me Mikey and Draken vibes immediately.
I don't know. I might. I just found myself a hard time pushing through it and like really like, okay, this is something that I really want to watch.
Fair enough.
So I don't know. I might give it some time. I might sit down and give it a little rewatch and being like, okay, maybe the first time. And it could also have been the fact that I was watching the first couple episodes in dub and I didn't like it.
The sub does sound better. I'll give you that.
The
It does sound better.
sub sounds way better. So maybe if I start over and watch it in sub, because I told you this, they were sounding like dweebs. They were sounding like dweebs, and I couldn't get down with it.
I will say that can make, I don't want to say it makes or breaks a show, but it can definitely make it a lot less welcoming. I'll give you that. Because I felt like Ninja Kamui's dub was absolutely boo-boo trash garbage when I switched to sub, and I was like, oh my gosh, these characters got a completely different vibe now. Completely different.
I didn't even think about watching Ninja Kamui in sub, because I was just like, okay, this is Adult Swim. I guess we rolling with the punches.
No, you can change the settings in Max to switch to its original sub and Japanese voices.
Well, I didn't finish that anyway. But we'll see. I'll just touch base. If touch base with me on Windbreaker and see how it progresses, and if it actually progresses into something, I'll spin the block.
I got you.
But let's get into these returning series. We have Demon Slayer season 4 and My Hero Academia season 7. Let's go ahead. Let's start with My Hero. We're gonna save Demon Slayer for last. For My
Hero, you go.
I would say the first thing I want to say is I applaud them on keeping the momentum from season 6. Because them first 2 episodes with Star and Stripe versus Shigaraki, yeah. And then, have you watched the new episode?
Yes.
And that, so the new episode is they finally animated, because I remember a couple years ago, spoiler, a little bit of spoilers, the traitor of UA, the UA traitor that they've been trying to figure out this whole time. They made a big thing about it a couple years ago because it was finally revealed in the manga. And now
I didn't get spoiled today. You got spoiled today?
Yeah.
That was new to me. Wow, okay.
So like I wasn't really like paying attention because I was like, I'm just gonna wait till the anime comes out. But the premise of it was that they found out who it was, and it was between 2 people. Because like I said, I wasn't diving too deep into it, but it was 2 characters that were floating around, and I was like, okay, it's one of those 2. So the scene finally happens in the anime, and they pinpoint it down to who it actually is, and I was like, okay, we finna get to it. But I gave them this. They kept, for the starting out, they have kept the momentum from season 6. Now my complaint is, why
They did it again.
They did it again. Why the fuck does My Hero always introduce these badass characters with these badass quirks and they never last? They never last.
What's Sniper Elbow Girl name? Naganta?
I can't remember. I can't remember her name, but the one that was making the sniper bullet, Lady Nagin, when she was making the bullets with her hair, and then Starring Stripe, that whole New Order quirk, disgusting, nasty word. The way that she was using it, in tandem with the whole little Air Force platoon that she had or whatever, and I was like, yeah. And then they killed her off in the second episode, and I was just like, y'all cannot be serious. We can't have nothing.
It started off as yeah.
No,
you're not getting that.
No, you thought she was staying? Psych.
You thought you was gonna have that? Nope.
Psych. And
hyped up in the last season.
That's what I'm saying. What was the point of the cliffhanger? They put in this whole cliffhanger that she was on the way, because we had talked about this in the mob review, and we were like, okay, we're finally about to get some heroes outside of Japan that's going to come in and help them out. Now, she did her thing. I won't take that away from her. The way that she tore Shigaraki's ass up with that last New Order had him popping like a kernel inside of a popcorn bag. I had to laugh. The way that went down, I had to laugh. She tore his ass up. But I was like, she got down. She came and did what she had to do. But the fact that she only lasted for 2 episodes, that made me mad.
I'll give My Hero this. At first, they did so great with their character ensemble, and I feel like they just got to a point where they've introduced so many characters, and we're used to every character getting expounded upon, and now it's like, bro, these are characters we really want to see. We really want to see these amazing characters, amazing premises. Lady Nagin, I'm still hurt about that. Nice background, her connection to Hawks, all of that. Secret Illuminati, FBI, Black Ops folks in the background, threw away in the episode. Star and Stripe, thrown away. We see the relationship with them soldiers, how another country integrates their heroes into the military, and it's like, to the side. In fact, her military bros, they going back home too, and now we're back to you guys. Like, bro, y'all didn't even have to make this the cliffhanger. The cliffhanger could have been the traitor.
Y'all did not have to make that the cliffhanger for her to show up for 2 episodes and get on down. Like, come on.
When we do this mob review, I might deduct a point from entertainment just because of that. Like, just being honest.
Because like they're gonna if the season does not make up for the fact of those first 2 episodes, I would agree with you. I would like to see what comes after. I would like to see what comes after this point.
I'm worried. I told you this off mic. I'm worried that My Hero might pull a Naruto, honestly. Because unless, like, we're at this point where Midoriya unlocks some more powers, master him. We got that one silent spirit in his head that was turned around or whatever. And it's like they're playing Shigaraki up to be this beast. He beat the best hero in America. He all for one is starting to merge with his body, and I'm just worried that what's going to happen is we're going to make this big bad, and Talk No Jutsu is going to be what ends the series. Because even with the traitor, Midoriya is very like self-loathing, but also wants the best for others, but is willing to sacrifice himself. And I ain't gonna lie, I cringed a little bit when it's like, please tell me that you was being forced by All For One, please. I was like, okay, I get it. You're around your friends again. It's like, oh, we can use them to our advantage. We're going to do whatever we can to save them. I kind of wanted to see them be brutal. I kind of wanted to see them do something that's not typical of your battle shonen. And it was like, I see Naruto coming out. Like, this was Naruto talking to pain for me. Like, I feel like we're just finna get more of that coming up soon. We finna get a
I could see that happening. I want more mass devastation before we get to that point. Like, I want I want a couple more season 6s before we have to get there. Like,
she said, as long as the fights and the journey getting there is fun, I'll let it go.
Cause the thing that got me about season 6, like shit was really getting real. Like, people were really like taking their exit, like season 6, like the way that was going down. It was like, yeah. And now we're getting to the point, and I agree with you. I get the whole, like, you know, we were in school together, you my friend, like, trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, trying to find different ways to use, like, the information that we learned instead of just, like, punishing this man on the head, like, sending him to jail, like, to prison. I was like, I get it, but, like, I think I'm ready for the situation. I want the situation to get real again. I think a lot of the reason of why everybody was a little bit, like, not so harsh on him, because like you just found out that this guy and his family is working for All For One, but they got him trapped to classroom chairs with 60 people in the room. And I feel like a part of the reason why that was so lax, like they just didn't send them straight to jail, like, nah, y'all can't talk to him, is because of the fact that they know that Shigaraki is weak right now. They already said, like, we got 7 days before he ramps back up. He's not fully, the merge is not fully complete. He done lost some quirks. We don't know how many quirks he's lost, but we know that he's weakened. That he doesn't have all the quirks that he had back in season 6. So I feel like that's where a lot of people are, like, lax with it. But I feel like if that Star and Stripe situation had went a different way, if she had not did what she did, it wasn't gonna be no talk no jutsu. Like, I don't care what you have to say. We don't care what you have to say. Like, this is like this is bad.
I don't want it to happen like this, but I'm placing my bets. They're gonna go into, like, the spirit realm of All For One and One For All. They're gonna talk it out. I wish I could have saved you. There's no saving me, Midoriya.
Yeah.
And then he fades off into the sunset. Midoriya probably loses his quirk, and now he's quirkless again. And bing, bang, boom, into my hero. I promise you. I bet $20. Come back to this episode. $20.
I can see that happening. Or it just gets real. Because
Midoriya's. I hate killing characters.
It's the ending point of My Hero, because it sounds like this whole storyline seems like flashbacks, because isn't this Midoriya telling the story about how he became the number one hero?
I can't remember. I accidentally turned on episode 1 by accident, like, some weeks ago, and it started off with Midoriya talking about going to school, but I think it was more so him just narrating his current life. I don't think it was like a futurospective or retrospective type of thing.
Okay, because I was just going to say, isn't this supposed to end with him becoming the number one hero? And I just can't see, because they're like, well, how old is he? Like 14, 15? Like, when does he become the number one hero? And I just can't see them fighting All For One and Shigaraki for years on end before he becomes the number one hero. Like, something has to... Some got to shake.
He becomes the number one hero because he saved the number one villain. He saved him from himself.
Look, listen. I don't know.
I'm telling. It is what it is.
I don't want no talk no jutsu. That's.
I see it coming, bro. I'm not even mad at it. I just see it coming.
I can see it coming as well. I don't want it. I don't want us to go through this whole journey of Deku learning how to use all these quirks, all of this mess, all of this, this drama, traders, and all of these routes and stuff, and then we just get to the end, and and it'd be like, you know what? You just give me a hug, bro. Like, come here.
If I promise you, bro, if it was JJK, if it was Hell's Paradise, I'll say I doubt it. They're gonna give us that violence. They're gonna give us that darkness. This is my hero. If they don't, I'll be impressed. But I think that's coming, bro. His I don't want to kill mentality when old dude who was his mentor said, sometimes to save somebody you gotta kill him. For the fact when they first showed that scene, I was like, oh, this is what's going to happen. It's not that he's going to kill him and they're going to hype it up. No, he's going to find some way to talk to Shigaraki's spirit, and then Shigaraki just disappears into the sunset.
I don't want to see that happen. If you're reading the manga for My Hero, you don't have
when
to
do the
tell us
manga
that.
end this year?
Does it end this year?
Soon. I think it's ending this year or next year.
Well, we already know we're gonna hear about it. We're gonna hear about whether the ending was satisfying or not. But I guess don't tell us. Don't tell us.
Oh, they gonna spoil.
They are gonna see. It's gonna be another Attack on Titan. It's gonna be another Attack on Titan situation. They was dead mad about how Tokyo Revengers ended.
What's funny?
They was upset.
I avoided that spoiler. I don't even know how Tokyo Revengers
I don't know how it ended either, but I know they was upset. I know they were upset. I don't know how Tokyo Revengers ended. Just like when My Hero ends, we said this year or next year.
I think it's this year.
When it ends this year, just leave us alone.
Let us experience it for ourselves.
Just leave us alone. But let's move into the manga that we did read, that we know what's gonna go down, that we know what's up. Demon Slayer Season 4 Hashira Training Arc.
How do the kids say they ate this episode down? They ate this episode down.
That's how the gays say it. Not the kids say.
How do the straight kids say it?
We gonna let you keep that. We gonna let you. No, don't take it back.
Let me represent them.
No, don't take it back. No, we gonna let you keep it. We gonna let you keep it. No, we gonna move on. You said what you said. You said what you said. They ate that down. Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Let me represent them straight kids.
Yes, King. They ate that shit.
Let me represent the straight kids. This episode had Riz.
No, we gonna keep what you said. Yes, King. They ate that down. Yeah.
Do they say smacked anymore? This episode smacked.
No, they don't say that. They don't say that. He trying to find all the words in the book. No, you said what you said. Let's roll with it.
But for the anime onlys, the first dang near 7 minutes of this episode was not in the manga.
It's original.
That scene.
Yo, when they hopped off that roof and they ended up in the Infinity Castle, I said, "Oh shit!"
Oh, they peaked. Ew.
I was not expecting that. In the context of it, it's slow mo to them hopping inside the Infinity Castle, and all you see is all these demons coming out the shadows, coming out the woodwork. I said, "This is bad," and it confused me because I know where this is supposed to go. So I was like, how? Because in my head, I'm thinking, how are they going to get? If they end up in this castle, how are they going to get out of this?
See, I thought they was finna throw in like a mini Upper Moons fight or something. I didn't know what they was finna show us. I was like, this is new. I'm like, is Akaza finna poke out real quick and throw some hands and then like disappear?
Like, is somebody finna come through and handle y'all? Like, we said this on our Demon Slayer Season 3, that in the manga, the Hashira Training Arc is short.
It was like 1.5 volumes at most.
It's short. So we were theorizing that they had to add in something extra to make this stretch out, to make this worth watching. Because I have an inkling on where this is going to end. But they gotta build up to it. And that first original sequence lets me know, one, confirm the theory that they are adding in something extra, and they're about to build this up so good. They
finna do some good stuff with Giyu in this next episode too, because what they did in the manga for Giyu, that was only like a chapter or two, wasn't it? It wasn't even that long. So whatever they finna do with him, I feel like the anime fans are gonna love it. I think I'm gonna love it. The Kanao scene wasn't in the manga. The Toyama, what's baby girl, the Dr. Demon. It's not Toyama. It's
what's her name? What's his name?
I'm forgetting it. It was something. I don't know why I'm thinking of T. Kai something. Why am I drawing a blank right now?
No. What's her name?
But the scene of her with that raven, completely new, because in the manga, and I'm not spoiling nothing, we didn't know that she was working with the
to the end
demon
Tamayo.
to the demons. Tamayo, yeah. we didn't realize she was working with the Demon Slayer Corps until the very
end. To the very and I like the way that they're setting it up now, because you remember we talked about this on the mob review, is that they are going to have to show how both sides are stacking up, how they're setting up to come into this final battle. And I like that they're showing the plans early, just because of what we know is about to happen next when we finally get to that point. I like the fact that they're showing all the precautions, now.
Because there's some heat coming up after this.
Like,
it is some It's gonna be some heat.
I think what we should focus on in this season is focus on the setup. Focus on all of the pieces that are playing in the background. This is not a demon heavy, action heavy arc. Just from what I know from the manga, this is not an action heavy mark. This is
prep.
This is preparation. This is putting pieces in place. This is a lot of background work. This is a lot of moving pieces across the board. And if that movie trilogy thing is true, it starts right here.
Yeah. We finna jump straight into it. I wouldn't be surprised if the first to the last episode airs, they'd be like, hey, movie coming in 6 months. I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be, because we also talked about this on the mob review, that based on how this final thing is going to go, with so much back to back that was going on, I don't know how they would split that into episodes. I don't know what would be the appropriate point in some of those fights where they would be like, okay, this is an episode.
Because the way it's finna go, I think we said it in the mob review, I could see this being 3 movies, because 369, hour and a half, 3 full episodes basically put together. I could see like the end of this being like 9 episodes long, or 3 different movies.
Yeah.
But if you get that movie quality applied to it, and they break it at the right moments, to where you don't feel like you're left hanging for real, they could do it right. They could do it justice.
But I think, because I'm thinking about Mugen Train, I'm thinking they might have to make it into a movie first. They need to do the full sequence as a movie, and then turn around like they did Mugen Train and decide at which points makes sense. Now that we've done the full thing, where does this make sense to cut this off and make this into episodes? I don't think we need to go into it and think episodic. I think we need to think full feature.
Because it's finna be a lot. There's like, once we get into those other segments, there's definitely like a part 1 and part 2, then basically a final arc, quote unquote. That's like its own thing, and it's gonna be fire.
Look, we told y'all, shit is finna hit the fan.
They did this episode justice. The new episode probably came out like 30 minutes ago, I think. They did this first episode justice.
I'm ready. Because it's finna get there. It's finna get there. Muzan is on the way.
Also, only because of how many good hot topics we got, I'm willing to let this episode go longer than regular if you down.
Oh yeah, I was finna move on to the next thing unless you had some more stuff to talk about with Demon Slayer.
Oh, let me just talk about the other animes that's going on right now. Konosuba fans, this new season's hilarious. Thoroughly enjoying it. For the fans of I Reincarnated as a Slime, it's going pretty good too, and I'm ready to see how this fight with old girl go, if they finna fight or not. Because now they just had they face off. For the regulars at Magic High School fans, I don't even know if there are any other fans of that show. The politics are hidden. I'm eager to see how they do this. Basically, this upcoming match in the 9 schools games, because we basically saw this in season 2, and it seems like it's going pretty good. I'm ready to see that. And Mushoku Tensei is still peak. They skipping the episode for this week, but we're going into the Labyrinth arc, and I'm super excited. It's a lot of anime going on. It's a lot. A lot. I'm watching like, I think 8 things at once. I think it's 8.
That's crazy. Well, like I said, like we said for the announcements, make sure you guys follow us on social media. Make sure you keep up with the episodes because mob reviews are coming as
They
these
are.
animes get the ending. We'll probably do some more discussion as the episodes go by, but make sure you tune in. But
And he kept him simply because he was interested. Now, if the story is like, oh my gosh, because he's the retainer of Nobunaga, that's why he works with this shinobi character. I'm pretty sure Nobunaga had Japanese male retainers.
well,
If the
what
story,
if